I was working with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
Mantra is Ruslaan's boss.
Yeah.
He's saying, "Dawn देखी कि नहीं तुम लड़कियों ने?" I said, "हम यहाँ है कहाँ Dawn देखेंगे? Vidya Sharma, India."
Hello to everyone who's watching us on Malavade. This is Amar, and today I'm joined by one actor who has always delighted us whenever she's on screen, off screen. Hello, Vidya. How have you been?
Very well, Amar. Thank you very much for that sweet introduction.
Promotions. What do you think about it? Hectic, fun, or a mix of both?
Mix of both. Yeah.
Okay. So Ruslaan is coming in theaters, and when I saw the trailer, I was intrigued by the trailer and your character. So a lot of trailers, what they do is they tell the whole story, and then there's nothing left to discover. In the trailer of Ruslaan, there's so much to unwind and know.
Yes.
So I'm intrigued by your character. Please tell me something about it.
There is
on the periphery
a lot. Yeah, there is a lot that is there in the film that you will see, me and even otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you're intrigued.
Yeah.
I play Mantra.
Yeah.
Mantra is Ruslaan's boss.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, she's a boss woman to say the least, but she's she's sharp. She's focused. She knows Ruslaan and his ways because she's seen him since he was a child. She's their family friend as well.
Yeah.
But she's also apart from being this straightforward boss woman, she also knows how to manipulate him to actually get him to do what needs to be done.
Oh, okay.
So for her, nothing comes before the country, and that's just it. So whether she needs to, even if she needs to slaughter him, she probably will. I'm not saying whether she does or not, but you know, that's the whole thing. Yeah. Though of course she absolutely loves and adores Ruslaan because she's seen him.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, and she knows his capabilities.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
पहले क्या होता था फिल्म्स में या तो दो शेड्स होते थे या तो it's all white or it's all black या तो एकदम negative या एकदम now a lot of gray is coming. So, do you like to discover these shades? And as you are talking about this character, I think it has a lot of grey shades also.
See the amount of shades I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the fun for an artist, for an actor, to bring out in the character. If it's just one, you're just going to get bored of it. I mean, I love white; it's my forever favorite. But it's not that I wear white every day. Yeah. You know, so yeah, the greys, the dark grey, the light grey, the 50 shades of grey, they're all in there.
They make it interesting.
And yeah, I would want to be doing characters that have all of that.
Definitely.
And create some if it isn't written.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Bringing your own thing to the table.
100%.
How was the vibe on the set? I've read somewhere that if the vibe on the set is very wholesome and nice, it reflects eventually on screen.
100%.
Yeah.
The vibe was fun.
Was it a party every day, or was it a lot of serious work, or a mix of both?
It has to be a mix. I mean, there is serious work when it comes in front of the camera, but off the camera, there is seriousness when it needs to be, and there is fun where it needs to be. Because I sometimes feel that there are times when you want to be in the character, even after cut is called, and then there are other lighter days where you're like, okay, it's party.
Yeah.
But the vibe on this set, particularly with Karan and Ayush, who I've worked a lot with, is they were both forever just pulling my leg about just everything. And that's how it was. That's how the camaraderie between the three of us was. And I literally thought that I'm probably going to be like a few inches taller by the end of the film, but I'm not. So, but yes, pulling of the leg was happening all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You started with Chak De. It's an iconic movie. Like whenever we see top 10 movies or top 100 movies, Chak De is forever there.
Thank you.
If you can remember, I know there's been a lot of time, but if you can remember, how was the day one on the sets of Chak De? What was, I'm sure
God,
it
day
would be,
one?
Or any day which you remember or something about the set and
I can tell you what, the day one per se of filming, I don't remember actually.
Yeah.
But I remember when we started, because Chak De we started filming much later.
All right.
The practice sessions, which would begin at almost 5 a.m. in the morning, those are the ones that went on for a few months before even we went on set.
Yeah.
So the prep work was so much. From 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. was just physical practice out in the sun, or rising of the sun. Post that, there was breakfast. I remember we used to either go to BCA or we used to go to, is it called BCA? I don't remember what. I think it was called the ground.
Yeah.
Or there's one in South Bombay. We'd go there.
Yeah.
And I'm like this about what that was called.
Yeah,
अभी मेरे दिमाग में घुस गया and I
बहुत सालों में.
I want to know what that stadium was called.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll come back. And then there was breakfast, and then we went to the Yash Raj studio office, and then we would start with with our lines, our characters, we'd watch a movie once a week,
Definitely.
and we'd go to the gym in there itself. There was just so much. It was like a regimented or, like disciplined.
Very organized.
Yeah, I mean, that's how a sports person would lead their life.
Definitely.
So before we started shooting, we were doing 4, 5, 6 months of that disciplined, regimented life as a sports person. So yeah.
As iconic as it can be.
Yeah, I guess it. That's why you see what you see, I think.
Yeah, it was.
All that
I
effort.
still remember that movie is one of a kind. That
I'm so
goosebumps. I don't think कोई और sports film में देख के वो moment आता है. People are just trying to make another Chak De, but obviously बनेगी नहीं. I always wanted to ask you one question, and always whenever I was talking about on my social that I'm gonna be interviewing you next, people were asking me to ask you, what is that one thing which you least expected from Shah Rukh Khan? जब एक होती है एक image, but when you met him, what was the least expected thing and which came true and it surprised you or shocked you?
I think, so for me, what happened? I just felt like he's my lucky mascot because literally, just like one day before Yash Raj Films, those guys came and told me that, you're on for this film.
Wow.
I was working with Shah Rukh Khan sir, and I did a Santro ad with him.
Yeah.
And that ad, I didn't want to go tell him that, I have done this audition for the film that you're doing, but मुझे पता नहीं था मिलने वाला नहीं मिलने वाला, तो मैंने तो obviously I zipped it. I was playing his wife in that ad, and it was really nice, and I kept looking at him and I kept thinking, oh, Jai, it'll be so nice to work with him. And literally we finished shooting. It was a 2-day shoot. The next day I got a call saying that I am on. So I feel like, first of all, he's kind of my lucky mascot.
Yes.
Secondly, I think on set, I don't know, I didn't know what to expect as such, but I can tell you what I saw, and which I think is something that I really, wanted to imbibe in my personality or me as an actor, was his generosity on set. Most of the girls were new on set, right? So he was always there to assist, to tell what to do to just enhance somebody else's performance as well. So it was not about his own self. Like
very
most girls, girls didn't know where the light was or कहाँ से. He used to say, ये तुम्हारा light है, अगर ये लोगे नहीं तो दिखोगे कैसे?
बिल्कुल.
और so अपने mark पे आ जाना, या इस scene में आप ऐसे कर सकते हो इस shot में. It was just so nice and so like we felt like he was our coach, he'd like taken us all together under his wing, sort of a thing. So I think that generosity as an actor, and it doesn't remain to that, it's obviously has to seep into your life. So I think generosity as something to really take in for your own life is very important as a person.
Bilkul. And you learn a lot, especially on your first film.
Okay, that was not my first film, but
Sorry, my bad.
It's alright. But that was my first big hit film, so sure.
A lot of actors also say that he's a team player. Like even if he's not shooting that day, he'll come and he'll make sure everything goes fine. I
mean, look, no, I'm sure he took his days off whenever he needed to because he's a very, very busy artist.
Yes, definitely.
But I would, when he came to Australia, and we obviously, if the days that we were not shooting, we were learning the game. That's all we were doing. And so on our day off, I remember one time when he came, he said कि उनकी film Dawn had just released. He's saying, Dawn देखी कि नहीं तुम लड़कियों ने? I said, हम यहाँ है, कहाँ Dawn देखेंगे? He's saying, okay, fine. We were. He said, next Thursday was our day off or something. He said, next Thursday, you guys have a date with me. I'll take you to watch the film.
You watched it with him.
Can you imagine? And for me, the icing on the cake was I was literally sitting next to his seat and I was watching the film. It was surreal to watch him and him on. It was just like, what just happened?
Damn.
And after that, there was, he says, okay, where do you all want to party? Went to party after the
screen got over.
Yeah, after the screening got over. After that club got shut down, we went to our villas to party. It was just a nonsense. He's just, I don't think he ever stops.
I think
He's
there can
just,
only be one Shah Rukh, no one else.
isn't it? It was 6 a.m. in the morning. By the time we finished partying, I was obviously fast asleep.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, girls, where do you all want to go for breakfast? And everyone's like, everyone's hungry. Yes, so let's go breakfast. It was like that, literally.
No wonder
It was
he's,
so good.
he's the most charming actor.
He
ever.
was just amazing. And he danced on all kinds of songs,
Yeah.
everything. He's, I mean, an energizer bunny.
No, I wish every artist once gets to work with him.
You know?
Yeah.
And I really wish that every artist also sees the amount of love and adulation that we all got after Chak De. It was
Oh my God,
unbelievable.
yes,
I mean, there was no
definitely.
social media, so I don't know about what would have happened, but I think every artist should see that one flicker at least.
Yeah.
It's just something that I don't know, it's a moment of such pride and blessing.
It was timeless, I think. And also that you have mentioned before social media existed.
Yeah.
I mean, memories of those times are much more have become core memories. Now things happen and they go and people forget in weeks.
I know, it's kind of, sometimes I feel like,
I don't know who to blame, like social media to blame or not. I don't know.
I don't think you can blame anybody or anything. There's fantastic stuff being made these days. So
Yes.
many beautiful series
Yeah.
and films. It's just that the lasting impact of them is not 16 years like maybe Chak De's. And I think it's very difficult to recreate that.
Definitely.
Because there is, right now with so many things coming on every week, you probably don't remember even names of the films or series.
There's a lot of content coming.
And here, Chak De, you remember all our names. You
Yeah.
were Komal Chautala, Haryana.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Vidya Sharma, India. So
Definitely,
it's
definitely.
just strange but beautiful. It's I always say Chak De is a blessing that never stops giving.
Yeah, totally true. So talking about you as an artist, how do you select your roles? Do you select it on the basis of how much do you relate to it, or on the basis of how much you are completely failing to relate with it, or either or?
No, so for me, the first and foremost is, of course, what the written word is, the script.
Yeah.
If there are a lot of times where it's taken me a little time to relate to it as well,
Yeah.
but there's a process.
Yeah, there's a lot of there are a lot of
Yeah,
layers, yes.
correct. So sometimes it's like this. You're like, so when Mismatched happened for me, I was like, I have to do this character. I knew it was not the primary character, though
Yeah.
it became primary character.
It is one of the most loved characters, definitely.
Yeah, so it wasn't meant to be like that. It wasn't written like that.
Yeah.
But I was told the way I played it and the way it came around afterwards, it just became like this favorite thing. So I was, but I just knew when I read it that I have to do this.
Yeah.
I know whatever it is, I'm going to do this one.
It looks like your character looks like a person from the past. It's a pure soul. That's what I'll say.
Wow, I was just about to say that character is the closest to me the way I am.
Super.
But I mean, if I'm pure soul or not, I hope I am. But
I'm already sure you are. Now I'll ask you. Now we're talking about Mismatched, so I'll ask you some set secrets about Mismatched.
Okay.
Okay, so let's begin.
Like we've just finished shooting season 3, just wrapped.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the wrap party of season 3.
Oh, superb. So I think bilkul memory is fresh hai fir to. So first thing, one thing which you absolutely relate to your character in Mismatched, and one thing which you fail to relate to.
I think it probably is the same thing in a different way.
Different way.
But I relate to how I relate first of all to all of these. देखो मुझे ना जब तक ये फिल्म नहीं हुई थी, सीरीज नहीं हुई थी, I didn't know LOL actually meant laugh out loud.
Yeah.
I used to think it meant lots of love.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Always. I still remember I didn't know what DTF meant, and even Zenith is not supposed to know what DTF meant.
Yes,
so I did not look it up until I finished that scene.
Yeah.
Only then I was like, "अच्छा अब बताओ क्या है?" Then I went and Googled it. DTF का मतलब क्या होता है?
What it means? I know WTF. I don't know DTF.
Google it. I'm not saying it. But yeah, so that. And I also really relate to the warmth and the care that she has. And I feel like something that is completely me is I will always come from a place of love for everything and everybody.
Yeah.
And that is what I relate to. Yeah. And there's one line on season 1, which is when I said that I'm going to do this series, I will do.
Yeah.
There's a one line when she talks to Ranvijay, Sid Sir, his character. And she says that, पता है हमारे जब हमारे शोहर का इंतकाल हुआ तब हमारे जहन में सबसे पहली बात क्या आई, वो तो आज़ाद हो गए और हम भी. And I feel like for me as Vidya, what I'm forever looking for, what my jaddojahad is in life is about freedom. And that's something that just connected with me at such a deep level. Freedom from what everybody thinks of me, freedom from everything, freedom from my own head.
Being free.
Yeah. Or moksham, or whatever you may call it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was something that grabbed on.
All right.
And something that I did not relate to, you can't be so kind all the time, always.
Yeah.
It can hurt you.
It can.
And, yeah.
Okay. Next one. The best friend you made on the sets of Mismatched and why?
So Namrata's character, Devyani.
Devyani.
Yeah. So Namrata's character is really, she's beautiful as God bless her. Also, now season 2 and season 3, because I've known her from before also, there's Nandini Nahata's character,
All right.
which is played by Dipanita. So, yeah, she's also
Fab.
lovely. And Ran Vijay, of course, because he's just universal, fun
He's
Vijay.
great.
Yeah.
Who comes the first on the sets?
Who comes first?
Panchu. Before time.
Out of all the actors?
Yes.
I mean, look, most of the series is shot in Jodhpur, Jaipur. So we have our cars assigned at this particular time, and most of the times everybody comes. And now I think everyone comes on time or even before time. Nobody really is late or anything.
All right. Who is always glued to his or her phone?
Everyone.
Yeah,
I mean, we have a young set,
that's true.
And I think everything happens on the phone these days.
Yep.
I am trying to grapple. मुझे जो काम 1 घंटा लगता है करने के लिए, वो लोग 5 मिनट में करके खत्म भी हो, उनका edit भी हो जाता है. It's just like, okay.
On their fingertips.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, yeah.
Who cheats on their diet the most?
Now, this is again a very, very cool set. Now, if you take it season 1 to season 3, I think most of them have gotten so fit. Ranvijay included, in season 1, I think, season 1 देखे season 2 में our writers had written like a scene with me telling him that, you know what, you need to start eating healthy and things like that. That's why the healthy biryani I was making. But they needed to tweak it because he came back on set 10 kilos lighter on season 2, even more lighter on season 3. And we're like, oh, we need to change these lines because obviously now they don't fit him. So I mean, everybody has cheat days, but by far, like I think
someone would be a foodie, always ordering.
I think that would be my director, right?
All right.
He's like, ye kya healthy hai? Get us the real stuff. I don't know what these guys eat. He's Akash is amazing that way. And with him, food is always overflowing.
Perfect.
For us also.
Perfect.
And I think I cheat a little bit.
इतना तो बनता है.
Why not?
Yeah. Who is the most romantic? Who do you feel is a romantic?
Me.
अपनी दुनिया में. Oh.
Me.
All right.
अपनी दुनिया में me. मेरे घर में मेरा pet name है. I'm called Princess Klutsola of La La Land. So I'm forever living in my La La Land.
Okay. Who is a late night person?
Not me. Ranvijay. Yeah.
All right.
I think. Or even Adar, our associate director.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Whose jokes are the funniest?
Whose jokes are the funniest?
Who makes you laugh the most?
Who makes us laugh? I think there's not one person, but I think it starts with Akash.
Oh.
He has a funny bone.
Oh.
And and Ranvijay also has these wise cracks, which is forever cracking.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Who's the director's favorite?
I think whoever is in front of the camera at that time.
Oh wow, lovely.
Yeah, for sure.
Who is the most difficult to please? It can be on either side of the camera.
Difficult to please. Not really. I think everybody is really kind of cool.
Okay. The one who clicks the most selfies?
Everyone. Yeah, it's a young set.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to document everything. It's cool.
All right. And who do you think is the most systematic? Who who you see and say like, oh, everything is
I think everybody is systematic.
Okay.
Like
they have only team.
I love watching the younger actors do their thing because they are so proper.
Yeah,
It's like they're born with it. Of course, they work very very hard for it. So
they're very well
it's not
prepped.
fair that I say they're born with it, but actually really looks like, because I think I have taken so many years to sort of get better or good or whatever at my job.
Yeah.
They are so powerful and amazing.
Yeah, they seem very well prepped always.
Always well prepped.
Yeah. And lastly, but not the least, one message for your older fans and the new fans especially, which you are making and you are already making while they're seeing the rushes of Mismatched.
I think for the older fans, please keep loving us, because it's your love that sort of makes us do and puts that bright spark in our lives. And for the newer fans, come join the gang.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Here's Zeenat Kareem for you.
Thank you, Vidya. Thank you for being so wonderful.
Thank you very much. And on the 26th of April, Ruslaan releases in theatres. So see you all at the movies.
Please do. Thank you.
Thank you.